Previously on X-Men.
You try to escape, the collars will be reactivated at once. If you try to remove your collar, it will explode and destroy you. Now, get to work!
Now, Gambit Jubilee! My powers!
The collars you use to control your mutants.
They were invented by a scientist in Scotland. It's him.
Who are you? The wild man of Borneo.
His name is Cable. He was a mercenary in the leader's army, until he found out the leader wasn't the champion of democracy he claimed to be. So he threw his wages back in the leader's face and took to the hills to start a revolution.
See you around.
How much is it worth to you to have that man, Cable, eliminated?
Cable lives by his code, but he will not live long.
I should be frightened, Warren.
What do you mean?
They say you keep a mad scientist up here. Dr. Frankenstein, perhaps?
His name's Gottfried Adler. He's an expert on genetics, but he's not here. I sent him to Scotland to do research.
We're alone, then.
I'd better take you home.
Why must you always push me away?
You wouldn't want to get close to me. Not if you knew what I was really like.
Are you Adler?
I'm Warren Worthington, the third. Who are you?
Next time you take a shot at somebody, make sure you hit him.
I'll remember that.
You got a short memory.
Warren?
Pal, you picked the wrong chalet to terrorize.
What's going on? Warren? Are you all right? What? Where's Warren?
He's all right. My weapon's set to stun. Where's Adler?
He's gone to Scotland.
Scotland? You mean Muir Island. Get down!
Warren's gone. Don't!
No, I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
You created the Center for Mutant Research, my dear Moira. Can't you demand to review Dr. Adler's work?
I would if I could. But he's not really part of the centre. He pays me well for everything. His one request was to be left alone.
Then you don't know if he really can reverse mutations.
I only know what he tells me. Dr. Adler, it's Moira McTaggart. I have an old friend here who's interested in your work. Professor Xavier from America.
Visitors Alpha Bolton, not allowed. You promised no interference.
Xavier!
I tried to probe his mind, but some force came between us. Do you think Adler could be a mutant himself?
Well, now, that would explain why he's after a cure.
Don't say cure, Moira. Being a mutant isn't a disease. It's something you're born with. It's It's as normal as being a traditional Homo sapien.
Not all mutants would agree with you. What do your X-Men say?
I don't know. I haven't told them about Adler's discovery. But it's time I did.
That old boy Juggernaut sure made a mess. About like that Yankee general. Sure.
Keep an eye on me, Gambit. You might learn something. Let me put some nails in that for you, Gene. I always did like working with my hands.
I like to work with my mind.
That mortar looks a little thick, Storm. Better add some water.
Big expert. Always giving orders.
Making up for your screw-ups, Gumbo. Too bad you don't know how to do anything but pick pockets and steal candy from babies. Boss, look out!
Gambit, what do you think you're doing?
He better be more careful with his mouth.
You better stop worrying about my mouth and start worrying about these.
Why don't you boys calm down?
You afraid I'm gonna hurt him? I always thought you had a soft spot for that Cajun.
About as soft as you, fathead. You gonna shut up or am I gonna have to help you?
Hey, everybody! Guess who wants to talk to us?
Dr. Adler claims his process can reverse genetic mutations within each cell of the body.
What?
You mean steal our powers?
It could be used as a weapon against us, but some mutants might welcome the chance to become normal.
Yeah? Who?
There's no right or wrong in choosing to remain a mutant.
You have taught us to value our powers, Professor. Not for their own sake, but for what they can do for others.
You tell him, Storm. No deserters in this crowd.
Each of us will have to make his own decision, if Adler's process really works.
I'm worried about Rogue, Cyclops.
Rogue? Why?
Because I know how she feels when I touch your hand, or when we kiss, because I sense her pain.
Vacation, eh? Muir Island's no good for you. How about we go to Paris instead?
How about getting your butt out of my car?
Let's have a kiss before you go, huh? What's wrong, Sheriff?
You know what happens when I touch somebody. You want to end up in the hospital?
Maybe it's worth it, no?
Ugh.
Where you going, Rogue? Where you going?
What the? Muir Island. What a dump. There ain't nothing to steal on this worthless rock. This friend of yours better show up soon, or I'm going back to jail. Just for something to do.
Are we becoming impatient, old stick?
The name's Avalanche, Limey, and what we're becoming is broke. This scam of hers better pay off big.
That could be Mystique now.
What do you mean, could be? Don't you know what she looks like?
She's a shape changer, old man. One can never be sure. Looking for me, love?
I sincerely doubt it. Unless your name's Gottfried Adler.
Alas, no. They call me Pyro. In the mood for a hot date?
In a bullseye.
How about trying that with me?
Well, all right, hun. Since you asked me nice.
Where'd he go?
Hello? Dr. Adler?
Visitors orders are verboten.
I didn't fly across a whole danged ocean to take no for an answer.
What do you want?
I hear you can change people, Doctor. Change them so they won't be mutants anymore. You make me like other people, and you can name your own price.
You have great strength as well as great beauty. Why do you wish to become merely normal?
Because I don't want to live my whole life without knowing what it's like to touch another human being.
I will consider your request. Come back in 1 hour. I will have an answer for you then.
Apocalypse! You heard what she wanted?
Yes. Like all people, she is a fool. But she has great powers. You will use the machine and make her my slave.
You have taught us to value our powers. Value our powers.
Moon sure is pretty tonight. You ever been kissed, girl?
I'm beginning to think I never will be, the way you keep going on about the moon. Cody!
Avalanche! Avalanche! No, you aren't Avalanche.
I'm looking for Godfrey Adler.
Well, of course you are, old darling. He's such a popular fella.
Don't call me darling.
What'd you do? Fall in?
Never mind. I found our pot of gold. There seems to be a local scientist who's in big demand these days. As soon as I've dried off, we shall arrange a disappearance. And my dear friend Mystique need never know.
Your whole life will change after the treatment. Believe me.
That's what I'm here for, Doc.
It may be unpleasant at first, but then you will feel nothing.
Well done, old bean.
Y'all looking for a rematch?
Perhaps another time. Back the good doctor.
Right.
You are making a terrible mistake.
Adler.
Those boys are making me mad.
Dr. Adler!
I heard a loud crash, Moira. What's going on?
I don't know.
How about you carrying him for a while?
Shall we make him walk? Listen, old man. Blimey.
He's a woman.
He's Mystique.
And you're a fool, Pyro. I asked you to come here because I thought Apocalypse might find some use for you.
Who's Apocalypse?
Haven't the foggiest.
He's my master, and he'll crush you like an insect if you interfere again.
So your machine doesn't cure mutants. It turns them into slaves of Apocalypse.
You mean you just made up this guy Adler?
He was real enough until he met Apocalypse.
Personally, I find this frightfully confusing.
Y'all get away from him.
It gets worse.
Oh, you'll need a doctor, sure enough.
I never could say no to a woman.
Back off, Firefly. I need that guy. Dr. Adler?
Dr. Adler, I presume.
What the devil could have happened here?
It appears that Dr. Adler has been kidnapped.
Professor Xavier.
Cyclops, Jean, what are you doing here?
Rogue's disappeared, Professor.
I believe she has come here to see Dr. Adler to undergo his treatment.
If she has, she may be in danger of losing more than her mutant powers.
Oh! Listen, old girl. Must we do this? I think we're all making a terrible mistake! Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Dr. Adler!
Who are you?
The name's Cable. Last known address, Genosha. They used to turn mutants into slaves down there.
I have never heard of it.
They did it with collars that suppressed mutant powers. Collars you made.
Oh.
That makes you a dangerous man. Too dangerous to live.
Get away from that man! What do you think you're doing?
Making the world safer for mutants. Plasma grenade.
You are making a terrible mistake. Dr. Adler is already dead.
That's kind of hard to believe, coming from you.
Do you believe me now?
There's Adler. Drop the weapon.
No.
Look out, y'all!
No!
Dean! You all right, hun?
Just bruised, thanks to you. What about him?
Whoever he was, it's too late to help him now.
A most extraordinary young woman.
Thank you, Rogue. You don't know how much this means to me.
But I thought you wanted to be cured.
That's what I thought too, Doc. But there ain't no cure for who you are.
Then you must live forever in the prison of your mutant powers.
I am my powers, and the good they can do for my friends and for the whole world. I reckon maybe I can live with that after all. Thanks anyway, Doc.
Look out!
Look out yourself!
How do you fly without wings?
I don't know. I just do.
You're lucky.
Yeah, lucky.
Dr. Adler.
Herr Worthington!
I came here to warn you, Doctor, but it looks like I'm too late.
Why did you not tell me you are a mutant?
Why do you think I've supported your research?
You wish to be changed?
Is the treatment ready?
Apocalypse! Apocalypse!
I found another mutant to become your slave.
The millionaire, Warren Worthington, with the wings of an angel.
How did you know he was a mutant?
I know more of this world than you have even dreamed. That is why I must destroy it.